You are most welcome to the Situation Corner. I am Isaac Dex Wakalaga. Now today we are speaking economic empowerment in the West Nile region amongst the youth. Now the Faraja Africa Foundation, in partnership with the European Union and Advance Africa, have come together to find ways to support young people within the West Nile region through e-commerce and digitalization to support their businesses. Now, I am joined by Nantanda Sharon, the Programs and Administration Officer at the Faraja Africa Foundation. You are most welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, firstly, let's talk about digital and e-commerce support to the entrepreneurs in the West Nile region. Why did we go for the digitization and support of young people in terms of entrepreneurship? Why not other areas of support? Why the entrepreneurship aspect?
Thank you for having me on the Situation Corner. So the reason as to why Faraja Africa Foundation chose to involve itself in this program is because when you look at the project, it looks at economically empowering young people. And one of our core values is to economically empower young people. So we saw this as an opportunity to work together with our donor EU and our partners of Advance Africa Foundation to implement this project. First of all, to tell the story of young people, their stories. How has COVID affected them as entrepreneurs? How are they dealing with the situation? How are they planning on coping in this amidst this pandemic? So they are telling us a story which we want to share with the world, which we want to share with the rest of the regions. We want to tell the story of young people in the West Nile. And also when it comes to digitalizing businesses, when you look at the period that we have been in, most businesses were shut down and young people are stuck with businesses. So we want to empower them and teach them about digitalizing businesses because people who are doing their business online were still working. But the people who are not introduced to the digital world, all their businesses were shut down and they were home starving and they do not have any means of getting money and surviving in this period. So that is why we chose to be a part of this program.
So how realistic is this engagement with the young people of West Nile? How are you making this happen? Because I know there are ways and systems that you guys are using to make sure that this is put in place and that the young people within this region benefit from the initiative that you've partnered with the European Union and the Advance Africa. So how realistic is this? How is it?
So for the implementing of the project, we have people who are on the ground, let me say ground or in field. So we talk, especially the young leaders, the youth leaders. We'll talk to the LC chairmen. We talk to any leader in the community. So we reach out to them, have meetings with them, and tell them. We introduce them to our project. We tell them this is what we want to do in West Nile. We want to economically empower the young people, and then they are the ones who go out in the community and get us these young people to train. Because us, we are coming from Kampala. We do not know the young people in West Nile. When it comes to the inmates, we reach out to the wardens. We tell them we have inmates who are young people. Who are those people who might be interested in this project? Give us a list and then we shall come and visit you. Of course, when protocol, like when it comes to prisons, you have to apply and then all that protocol that goes into being able to access the inmates is done. For the truck drivers, we reach out to the LC ones. Of course, they know those people. They're on ground. They know the people who might benefit from this project. So we work with the local government. And actually, one of our trainings, we had the district commercial officer who came in. He gave us a list of young people. So that's how we are coordinating this program.
Now, speaking about realistic and tangible results, I know that the program is about 2 years old, but also one of the recent projects that you have carried out in the West Nile, you're happy to engage a few youths within the area. What are some of those tangible examples that you can spot out for our audience that spell the intentions of why you are in this area and some of the benefits that the people within this area have already realized as a result of your intervention?
So we are starting because it's a two-year program and we have finished the first year and we are starting to see results. I'll especially share a story of a young person called Patrick. Patrick, I cannot pronounce well his second name. I don't want to butcher it.
Please try.
I think it's Dante.
Okay,
So yeah, something like that. I don't know if it's the right name, but
yes.
it's connected to
He
that.
will forgive you for the pronunciation.
Okay, so there is that young person, Patrick. So he, at the beginning, his shop was completely closed. So we found out, I think they had opened a little bit, and some entrepreneurs had started opening up their businesses. But we went to visit him. And he told us, he shared with us his story. He told us, this is my business. I sell flour in like big quantities in like sacks. So he told us there is no market right now, no one is buying. I cannot reach out to my customers who are far, because first of all, he did not have a smartphone. He had only a small phone, the Capesa one, where he had to load airtime, which airtime he didn't have.
He didn't have, yes.
Exactly. So he took us to his business. He told us the shop owner is going to close down. He's going to chase me out of the shop. I cannot give him rent. So he was interested in the program, in the project. He joined us because we're training digital ambassadors. He joined that session of teaching them how to use the digital tools like social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram to market their businesses. So he opened up a page. Recently, we went back to check up on him because we do regular visits when after training the digital. But we want to find out how they're using this knowledge that they learned. So we went. He told us, I opened up a Facebook page. He showed us his Facebook page, and he has very many followers and very many customers. So he didn't need to go back to. He got money to parent from the online selling, because we get orders from Facebook, maybe give phone calls, he calls some of his customers, and then he gets orders, and he was able to get his rent. So the project is, we are seeing visible impacts. Yes.
Okay. I also know that some of your target group are the inmates within the districts of Arua, which I know is a fact, and you agree with me. The districts of Nebi, Paida, prison units, and also in the district of Zombo. But you're also targeting about 300 truck drivers in the area of Vura in Arua district, and also Alangi and Jangokoro in Zombo district. So how is this going to work? How are you guys going to make this possible? We, like you said earlier on, there are processes to engage with inmates. How are you guys making this happen?
For the issue of inmates, obviously we have to work hand in hand with the wardens. We reach out to these wardens. First of all, we write letters, and then we write a letter and then request for an audience. We go there, we explain to them what the program is about, our target, what we are looking at. We are looking at empowering the young inmates in your prison. They have been working with us. They are very nice people. When we talk to them, they gave us an audience, and then they like the idea, and then they were like, okay, we can have this day and this date. What date are you looking at? So you matched our dates, and then we're able to go and train the young inmates in there. For the truck drivers, we mostly worked with the local, the LC ones, because they are the people who know these people, because they're on ground. They know the people in the community. Yes, so the LC ones are the people that we worked with to get in touch with these truck drivers in each and every region of Arua. Yes.
The project that you have kick-started in partnership with the European Union and the Advance Africa, in one of the data that I've read from your website, reads that you're targeting about 350 young people in the districts of Arua and Zombo, as they are hit most by the closure of the business due to the pandemic that we're in, the COVID-19 pandemic. What are some of the challenges you have faced as a foundation and with your partners in ensuring that the objectives and the goals of this initiative are realized, but also you connect with the challenges that the people in this area were facing prior to your initiative? So perhaps you can connect the two for the viewers who are watching.
Okay, so I think I'll start with the challenges, the reason why the program was going to be implemented in West Nile. So they looked at West Nile youth, they looked at COVID. COVID has greatly affected them. Their businesses have closed. And you know, when you go to that region, it's not a region where young people are well versed with digitalizing of their businesses, right? Businesses. Here in the central, it works a little bit. Most young people put out their businesses online, but when you go to West Nile, it's not a common practice, right? So that is why the project was taken to West Nile. So for the challenges that we face, to be honest, people of the West Nile have been very accommodating and very supportive. They are young people, they want to learn. When we introduce to them the project, they're very excited about it. They're like, yes, but because of COVID, we could not take in like large numbers at a time. So we were doing 10 per group, like every session, 10 people. Session 10 people, 10 digital ambassadors, 10 truck drivers, 10 truck drivers from this region. But they were hungry. They're like, can we have more? So that is why the project is like 2 years. So we want to train them the first year and the second year. But some of the challenges we faced was, first of all, language barrier. Some of them, because we tried to train in English, but it was some things you had to really translate because they're not well versed with it. And the second thing, when it comes to digitalizing of their markets, most of these people have the small phones. They do not have the smartphones that we have to help them. That is why after the training last month, we went back, we gave the digital, after taking them through a training, how to use these gadgets, how to market online. So we gave them tablets that they're going to use. And I think next year we shall go back to see the progress, because we told them how to use these gadgets. We told all of them have businesses. So you are going to see after, I think next month or so, we shall have to go back and see their progress, how they're using these smartphones that we gave them. But I am hoping, because they were very excited about them, I'm sure we shall find a positive impact there. So I don't think we are going to face a lot of issues there, because young people are eager to learn. They're very excited about the program, and I think it will go on well.
Amazing, amazing. Just getting into the final part of this program, what are some of your expectations of this venture that you have undertaken in partnership, of course, with the EU and the Advanced Africa? As Faraja Africa Foundation, what are your expectations in the future? Because I know there are regions out there as well who want to be engaged as per this program. Do you have a vision and a plan of reaching out and covering these stories, if other partners come on board, to help out even other young people in the areas of, for example, Eastern Uganda, Western Uganda, and perhaps even in the Central? Do you have a vision and a plan?
Yes, as far as we would love to spread out to the different regions, because that challenge is not only in the Western Nile region, it is in other parts of the country. There are very many young people who want to get those skills. So as Faraja, we were looking out to expanding to other regions, and digital story. We want to share with other regions what, because when you share stories, young people in other regions are like, oh, it's not only our problem, but it's around other regions. So we look forward to working with EU and Advanced Africa in I hope we expand to other regions. Right now we are still dealing with the West Nile, and we want to see if that 2 years end, we want to see an impact, and so that we can have the zeal to move to other regions. So yes, we are looking to expanding. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. What are some of your closing remarks before we get off the set? My closing remark is for the young people out there. I want to say you should, first of all, during these uncertain times, we should embrace digitalizing of our businesses. It is very easy, honestly. Some of us have smartphones that we use to WhatsApp and probably Snapchat, watch Bad Black online. How about you use Snapchat to market your business? Because you have over, like on Instagram, you see a young person has over 2,000 followers, but he has a business. Those people do not know about what he does. Why don't you use that chance to tell them about your business? You're in WhatsApp groups. You have over, I don't know how many people in that WhatsApp group. Use that opportunity, like use every opportunity you have to market, to put out your business out there, because even your friends are potential customers. And second of all, I want to encourage young people, when you see programs like this, when you hear about projects like this that look out to empower young people, be a part of it. Honestly, these programs, these projects are free. They do not ask you for maybe give us money or anything. They are free. It just requires your time. Make time to be a part of this. You might learn 1 or 2 things. Yes.
Many thanks to Nant and Sharon, the Programs and Administrative Officer at the Faraja Africa Foundation. It's been amazing having you on the show, and we hope you will come next time when you are invited.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for joining me on this week's episode on the Situation Corner with our dear guest, Nantanda Sharon, the Programs and Administrative Officer at Faraja Africa Foundation. Feel free to follow, like, share, and comment on all our social media platforms. That is Faraja Television on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now feel free to catch me next week on the Situation Corner. Bye.